So hi photo class, this is Miss Fitchhorn and we're getting ready to work with Photopea to create a photo collage using photos that we took of the elements of art and principles of design. I am first going to go ahead and access Photopea, and you guys should see that this is not the actual link for Photopea. Here it is right here, photopea.com, all one word. That's Photopea. So you should have your photos ready on your desktop and you should go to photopea.com. And you'll notice that the way that the workspace is organized is your tools are to the left. You have what's called a dashboard up here, and then you have these little paths over here, or excuse me, these little docks with these little panels. They're called windows, all right? So whenever you open up a new window, which is in your dashboard, you'll see later what windows are for, but you always want to make sure that your layers are here because in Photoshop or Photopea, we work with layers, and we're going to go from there. Let me go ahead and stop this commercial. I don't think it'll let me. All right, so we're going to start a new project. Anytime that you guys are working on multiple photos, you need a new project. You can't just work with an individual photo that you open one photo up that's on your computer. You have to start an actual project, kind of like grabbing a canvas when you want to paint a picture. You can't just start painting the air. You can't just like paint like, you know, the ground. Like you have to have a canvas. Well, our photos have to go on a canvas. So as always, I want you guys to always look at your settings first before you dive in, and always name your projects so that you're organized. So I always make you guys name your stuff, last name, first initial, underscore, and this one is EoA PoD. All right, and notice I like to use caps on everything except for of. So EoA PoD. Now you're going, Fitchhorn, what are PXs? I don't know what for width and height. What are PXs? Well, the little drop down over here, you can change that to inches. And I'm going to stay, we want a square collage. So it's always safe to say, let's go ahead and start off with a nice little 5" by 5" collage, maybe 8. Let's go 8. So let's try 8 inches. And don't worry, I'm also going to write the instructions up for you too. Now, your dots per inch is what DPI stands for. And that means the quality, so that you don't get, how many of you have opened up a photo and it's really janky and really like square, little squares, the pixels? I would prefer you to always start your projects at a minimum, usually if you're printing something, a minimum of 300, but this has a lot of photos in one little square, 9 to be precise, and sometimes if you use a really high DPI on multiple photos, your photo project could like take a long time to upload. Make sure your background's white. Do not choose one of these templates. These are for like if you're making Instagram posts and so on and so forth. So do know your Photopea would be great if you want to start curating amazing Instagram posts. But in the meantime, we're going to choose a white background, please. And right here, it's asking what in the future, if you want to create things for your mobile phone, for your social media, there's all kinds of already preset sizes, but we went ahead and dictated exactly what Fitchhorn wants, so we're going to hit create. Okay, so what you're going to go ahead and see is you're going to see a square, and we have to fit 9 photos on here that are equal size. Okay, and we're not going to work with filters yet. We're just getting the photos on there. And there's a couple different ways that I go ahead and I make things the equal size. So if you go into view, you'll go ahead and go do rulers, rulers. I want to view my rulers. And you're like, Fitchhorn, what are rulers? Well, let's look at the top right here. There's a ruler that's telling me that this is 8 inches. It's showing it in pixels. All right, even though I dictated inches, it's just the way photographers work. And it's also showing down here on the left. You see the ruler to the left, so that way you know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that this is also 8 inches, 1150 pixels. Well, if you left click on the ruler, left click and drag, do you see that bright turquoise line? That's kind of telling me right there that I am I'm creating what's called a guide, and they don't show up in your final project. They're for you to kind of know what's going on in your project and how to make things evenly aligned. And if this were to say 8 inches across and 8 inches down like I dictated it, I'd be able to find out where my 2-inch marks are. So I know if I'm dividing this up in 9s, I've got to divide it 3 ways this way and 3 ways this way, right? But I don't happen to have that, but you can move your guides by left clicking on it and drag. See how I'm dragging it, right? So let's just go ahead and for right now, I am going to guesstimate that right here at about 350, right there, about 400, and right here close to like the 800 mark. This looks like it's evenly divided almost. All right, well, let's just say it is for now. And then if you left click on the ruler over here, see the ruler? If I left click inside the ruler and I drag, not letting go, not letting go, not letting go, again, maybe around that, right, it says it's at 400 pixels on the x-axis, and then we're going to go ahead and go 800 on this axis. All right, and it looks a tiny bit off. It looks like this side's a little bit, yeah. All right, good enough for the project. I just want to kind of show you guys how you can use rulers to divide up. So we know when we bring in each one of the 9 pictures of the EoA PoD on our project that we can have them pretty much equal size, okay? Now we have to place those photos. And if we were, there's always 2 ways to put photos in your project. You can click and drag it off your desktop in, or you can go up to File, all right? And we want to open and place a photo in here. So let's open up and place a photo, and we're going to pick photo number 1. All right. And there we go. So I'm going to start off with the funky toes. Let's go with my bird's eye view, my funky toe photo. So I clicked on it and open, and it's going to show you that it shows up. But look, it takes over my whole canvas. So the way we size photos, like I told you last week, is notice in each one of the 4 corners, there's what's called an anchor. These are anchors. They are anchoring down the photo corners. If I hold shift to scale and drag with the mouse, so what I did was I'm pressing down shift, I wish you could see me, and then I'm left clicking the corner and I'm dragging it up, and look at that. Kaboom. Whoa, do I guess good or what? That's a great guess, Fitron. That is a perfect square. Now, if I didn't have the guides, I could still kind of guesstimate and add to my canvas or take away from my canvas. Like if your canvas is too small or too big, I'll show you how to adjust that. But there's one photo, right? And it's showing me right here in my layer that I've got this. So I'm going to call this one Stinky Toes. No, I'm not. I'm going to call it Bird's Eye View. There's my bird's eye view. Boom. Now I need another photo. So you go into File, Open and Place. And we're going to find, let's do this is Mrs. Eads' photo. I shouldn't be using it. In fact, I should probably find my own texture. I'm going to use, I'll go ahead and use, no, I'll use her photo because we don't have time to wait around. So you guys should not use other people's photos ever. That's stealing. But I want you guys to notice that, again, when you place a photo in, it's going to take over the canvas. And I want to make it this perfect square. Probably the easiest way is to do the same thing where if you hover over the bottom right corner and hold down the shift key and you just like drag till it right there and let go of the mouse first and then the shift key. While it's still selected, you can left click and drag. You can drag it wherever you want, right? That's the beauty of layers, is that you click on it like it's your fingers and you're picking it up off the ground because you dropped it on the floor or something, or like you're taking your photo. There we go. And notice it came here. It's the second one we put into our dock. If we look at our layers panel. And I'm going to click on it twice till it turns light blue. And I'm going to name this layer Texture. So I've got 2. Let's repeat ourselves. We're going to go File, Open and Place. Now this camera only lets me take up to 15-minute this whole screencast-o-matic. I've got like 15 minutes. So I'm just going to move right along, and I might not get all 9 of them in, but you guys should get this by now. Okay, so if I hold the shift key while left clicking, dragging from the bottom right corner, and then I wait till it's the perfect square, and then I left click and drag it where I want to. Right, and if it's a little bit, I grade you on if there's gaps between the photos. I'm like, oh, nuh-uh. So you probably should hold this, and you can't squish it like, look, Miss Fitchhorn, I made it fit. All right, you guys can't do that. You can't do that at all. All right, you have to make sure that you hold that shift key, because if I see squished photos, I know it. You guys don't think I do. I do. Let's say you accidentally size a photo wrong and you're like, how do I can't, where's the anchors? I can't change the size. Fitch one! Ah! Well, that's what you do. Remember from last week, you go edit, transform. How do I want to transform this photo? I want to scale it. I want to go ahead now and get it back to where it was, which was 397 pixels by 397 pixels. This one is a little bit wider, and I don't want to cheat it. You could always type it into if you guys notice up here, it tells you how big your pixels are. All right, and that's for your canvas, but there's a place where it shows your individual pixel size too. All right, I'm going to change this to worm's eye view. We just placed the worm's eye view. Okay, I'm going to do a few more and then I'm going to wrap this up. So you can see the rhythm is that you just file, open in place, and you pick a photo. Let's do repetition. It's making me hungry, but it's a good photo. Okay, so again, hold the shift key, left click and drag from the corner. Never, ever, ever stretch, never, ever stretch a photo. Always hold the shift key so it restrains its proportions, and let go of your mouse first and then the shift key, or you're going to see a hiccup. And then we'll put this one down here. Now, if you get too many photos that have too much color scheme looking the same, and you want to make sure you've got a good visual rhythm, you can move these around. You don't have to put them like in a row. You could, that's what layers are for, so that you could switch up like what order the photos are in. So I'm going to name this one repetition or yummy cookies. I don't know which one, they're both. And then I'm going to do one more so you really get the rhythm of this. File, open in place. And let's go ahead and do, oh, here's a good value one that I did of my classroom one morning when I came in. The light was hitting. I get here about 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. to prepare for my day, and the light was hitting my whiteboard. I painted all the walls charcoal gray, by the way, so you guys will really like that. All right, so I'm holding the shift key, left click and drag, 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 drag. Let go of the mouse first, let go of shift key next. Left click and drag it into place. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, 398 pixels. There we go, so that it fills the space better. Okay, and I'm going to name this one value. Value is the range from light to dark. You guys all passed that test last week, value. All right, so let's pretend that Fitchhorn has all these up. All right, and you're ready to turn it in. Make sure there's no white gaps. Make sure that there's no blurry photos. All right. If you did not take these in square mode, this is important. Instagram already squares them up for you. If they are not square mode, I will do a separate video to show you how to square them up one by one. You cannot do it here. You cannot do it here. You cannot crop your images here. You cannot crop your images here. You have to do the cropping outside of Photopea/Photoshop. So let me finish this up so I can make the other video next. So I'm going to go File. And now when we save it as a working file, meaning I want to come back and finish it, we have to save it as a PSD, which means it's a Photoshop file. It means that you can't open it on your phone. You can't send it to somebody to open it up. You can't put it on social media. A PSD is a working file that you can come back and edit. If you save it as a JPEG to be able to finalize the project, a JPEG will mean that it compresses everything together and you cannot edit it. So you need to save every project two ways. So I always save it as the working file first, so I save it as a PSD. All right, and notice it came down into my downloads, and it's named last name first initial underscore EoA PoD dot PSD. All right, when I hover down there, that's what it says. Now we have to save it as a JPEG just so we could put it in our folder so Fitchhorn doesn't give us an F. So we go File, just kidding, someday. File, sorry, Export as JPEG. That's a viewable